are going to continue the tradition of the last few years of our closing session. As you probably heard in some of today's sessions, mobile is a big deal. And as of November, I found this statistic from Pew Internet Research, half of the adults in the United States had apps on their phones. And that was before Christmas. As you may recall, this year's hot gifts were iPhones, Androids, and iPads. So if you have a smartphone or tablet, or if you're considering purchasing one, you're probably wondering which apps you'll need. And our closing session presenters are going to share their favorite apps with you. We want this to be very fast-paced and exciting, so each speaker is limited to just 3 minutes to discuss the topic they've chosen. I have Janine's name up here, but I have a last-minute addition to the schedule, so I don't think Janine will mind if I throw her off a little bit. Carrie Lewis from the Humane Society is going to share one of her apps, but she said she wanted the app to be a surprise, so I didn't make a slide for her. Here you go, Carrie.
Last minute, that's my style, right, Jeff? So my app that I just wanted to share, you guys are going to find this pretty funny probably, is my expense reporting app, because it takes something really, really awful and mundane and difficult and makes it super, super easy. Our expense reporting service is called Concur. It's C-O-N-C-U-R. And I think the best apps take everyday tasks and make them easier, and that's exactly what this one does. So you log into the app and you enter the expense as you even create it, and you can take a picture with your phone of your receipt, and that avoids you having to fax receipts and having to fax papers, and I can't remember the last time I used a fax machine, so that's really helpful to me. And I just think it's a cool way, because I've got to do expense reports, it's part of my job, but it makes it a lot less painful. So that was it.
Thank you, Carrie. We like last minute, and that one sounds like a good one. So Janine, ready now?
People. My favorite app is the Mr. Number call screener. It is an actual call screener. You can tell it who you want to talk to and who you don't want to talk to. There's a lot of call screener apps out there. What most of them do is the people you don't want to talk to, it'll just send it to voicemail. But I'll be honest with you, if I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to listen to your voicemail either. So what Mr. Number does is you can have certain people where it will actually pick up the phone and hang up on them. So for those of you who have been calling me thinking that you've got difficult connection, oh, it's connecting all right. The other thing I love about Mr. Number is it does have a built-in spam library where it has known spam numbers in there. And I won't tell you which companies they are, but it will automatically pick up the phone and hang up on them also. Same thing with texting. You can block text. You can block text. You can block phone calls. It's phenomenal. I haven't talked on the phone in 3 months since I installed it. Thank you.
Does anyone know what this is?
Yes.
All right. This is, if you're doing any kind of collecting of payments or retail, this is what you need. Or Pool Hustler. I mean, if you need to collect a payment in a bar with a credit card, it's the easiest way to do it. This is Square. Their website is squareup.com, and I can't say enough good things about it. You sign up. I think it's 2.75% of the purchase is what they take. There's no monthly minimum. There's no monthly charge, and best yet, you don't have to go through the whole PCI audit. And if you've ever had to do that, you'll really know why you want to use this. Salvation Army actually used them this holiday season for collecting because no one ever has cash in their pockets anymore. So they were able to take mobile payments in their little red buckets, which was really cool. I love it most on my iPad because when I'm not doing social media, I'm running a soap business with my 7-year-old daughter. And so when we're at shows or we're off on the road and we need to collect credit card payments, we can put all our products into the iPad. I can quickly hit which one it is. It totals everything. It figures my tax. I swipe it with my stylus. They can sign, because some people don't like, you can sign with the finger, but people prefer this. They have their soap, we have our payment, and they're heading out the road. So it's a great thing. There's actually, I was doing research last night, and there's actually a lot of companies who, brick and mortar, have adopted this because there aren't the minimums and there's not the other fees. And there's actually a liquor store, I think it was in Ohio, that is using it. And it actually saved them because someone like hit their building and cut their telephone wire. But they were still able to take credit card payments because they had their Square they were using. So they didn't have to shut down for the day and lose business. So if you're doing any kind of payments, check it out. The device is free when you sign up, or if you lose it, like I do, you can buy replacements at like Best Buy and Radio Shack for $10. So thanks, guys.
Since I'm a glutton for punishment, I decided to tell you about one of my favorite apps. It is Instagram. How many people are using Instagram? Okay, great. It's incredibly easy to use. It's actually the first app I downloaded on my iPhone, and I was immediately hooked. But instead of listing the features for you guys, I can let you Google the specs for yourself, or better yet, just download it and get started. So what I'm going to do today is give you my top 10 reasons to use Instagram. Number 1, it's free. Number 2, it launched in the App Store in October of 2010, and by the end of 2011, Apple named it the top iPhone app of the year. Now 15 million people are using it. Number 3, it's utterly simple. You post a photo, you can add a filter if you want, write a caption, and post it. The app doesn't try to do a million different things, which is totally refreshing. When you post, oh, this is number 4, by the way. When you post a photo to Instagram, you can choose to automatically post it to Twitter, Facebook, Flickr, Tumblr, or Posterous, or Foursquare. That's another option. Most people are highly visual. I don't know about you, but I'm much more likely to read a blog post or click a Twitter link if there's a picture involved. Number 5, the image-only format all but eliminates a language barrier, which can help you connect with people who don't speak English fluently. Maybe you're trying to build an international business or just build business with people in different cultures. Number 6, the app is currently only available on the iPhone, but many tools are popping up for printing your Instagram photos and sharing your photos online. You can use Statagram, Instagrid, and Instagrate. They almost all have Insta something in them. They're just 3 tools you can use to view photos online even if you don't have an iPhone, so you can see what other people are posting. You can also search for hashtags, like if you search for the FredNMT hashtag, you'll see some pictures from today. Number 7, people are nosy. We say we don't want to know what you had for breakfast, but we are lying. Photos of my food and my cats are some of my most popular pictures on Instagram. Number 8, the possibilities are virtually endless for brands who are using Instagram. In addition to maintaining their own presence on Instagram, many brands have started to partner with Instagram users to promote their products and services. For example, during New York's Fashion Week, just last week, many designers had Instagrammers documenting their shows. They were there with like all the professional photographers. Other brands have started building community on Instagram with hashtag themes and different kinds of contests. Number 9, if you build a large enough audience on Instagram, you might get a free exotic vacation. Puma recently invited 10 hand-picked Tumblr and Instagram users to cover its sailing team in the Volvo Ocean Race in Abu Dhabi. Number 10, the community of Instagram users is overwhelmingly positive, and there are opportunities to build relationships in real life. There's a worldwide meetup, they call it an Insta-Meet, on March 11th, and if you would like to join me on a photo walk in Frederick, just let me know.
Hi, I work for the public library in Frederick County, and we've had a mobile app since last fall, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it. Most of what it does is just make it easier to use library stuff on your mobile device, because if you've ever looked at our website on your mobile device, it doesn't look great right now. It lets you do stuff like log into your account, see what you have checked out. If you have holds on some books or things, you can see where you are on the holds list. You can see if you have any fines. You can place holds and renew things. It also links out to our other mobile interfaces for different kinds of research that we talked about in our presentation earlier, some of which is business, some of which is fun. Interface for our language learning stuff and our ebooks. And let's see, it lists all of our branches. It'll pull up maps and phone numbers and stuff. So if you like to use the library to look for information, it's really an easy way to just get everything in one place on your phone really fast. It also has a new feature as of a few months ago, where if you are looking at a book somewhere, like at a bookstore or someone has loaned you, you can use one of the scanning functions on your phone and just scan it, and the app will search to see if we own it, so that you can just see, I don't have to buy this book, I can just get it out from the library, and then you can, you know, place a hold right on your phone and then come in and pick it up. So just wanted to make sure you are aware of that. That's all.
Thank you.
I help organize the Frederick Web Technology Meetup every month. So I talk code, and I've been a web developer for a while. So one of my favorite apps that we're using now for Mojo Live, free T-shirts in the back, is Unfuddle. It's Unfuddle's app, and it is an online service that has a subversion server. Anybody here know what a subversion server is? What subversion is? It's version tracking, basically. So when you're making code, you commit it to the server and it saves that version of it, and you can roll back if you need to. So we use this for, it has a ticket system on it, and we all are assigned tickets. Since we're all remotely working from home, doesn't suck. We use this, and it's very good for project management. I'm done glazing your eyes over. Oh.
How many of you manage a picture or a document or a spreadsheet or a PDF on a mobile device? All your hands should be going up. If you haven't heard of it, Mashable has called this app the Swiss Army knife of awesome, which is a pretty high mark. It's called Goodreader, and there is an iPad, an iPhone, and an iPod version, iPod Touch. And it is really a super robust PDF reader, which sounds really boring. Actually, it's a heck of a lot more of that to be called a Swiss Army knife. You can read anything in this app. And by anything, I had to actually bring up a list because I couldn't memorize it all. So books, movies, maps, pictures, documents, office documents, iWork documents, HTML, you name it, you can bring it into Goodreader. And it's actually very easy. As an example, for an HTML page and you want to bring it into Goodreader, you just type G before the address and it automatically goes into Goodreader, just like that. It's very easy. And once you get it in there, not only is it easy to organize and manage, but it's easy to edit. One of the things that I love about Goodreader, when you're marking up a document on your computer screen, you can't exactly doodle on it. On your iPad, you can. You can do text boxes, you can do sticky notes, you can do lines, you can do arrows, you can highlight, you can get out your stylus, and you can actually bring up this great little palm guide so that you're not smearing your palm all over the thing and drawing things you don't want to draw. And actually handwrite notes. Save those, and then it syncs with just about everything. If you've ever used SugarSync, Dropbox, Cloud, iDisk, you name it, if you have an FTP server, it hooks up with all of those. It's seamless, it's easy, and it's even been called Goodreader has a beautiful soul. So check it out, it makes life so much easier.
Anybody here use Evernote? Yeah? Do you love it? I love Evernote. So what is it? It's Evernote is, it lets you capture, it all goes dark in here. It's, you know why, the dog. So Evernote lets you capture ideas all on your iPad, your computer, your iPhone, any computer-related device you've got. So you can capture ideas, you can capture things you like, things you hear. On my iPad, you just hit a little record button, and you can actually record stuff, which is really nice. So I can go back through my notes and listen again to what I missed when I was trying to type. It lets you clip web articles, anything on the web. I use it to keep recipes, right? So if I go to cookinglight.com and I see a recipe I want, I just clip it into Evernote. It stays there. You can index things. You can access Evernote anywhere on your computer. Okay, so it doesn't matter which device you're on. It's all synced, sort of like in the cloud. You can find things really fast on Evernote. So you can search. Anything that you type in is searchable. Anything that you type in. You can also tag it. So I could tag something FredNMT or social media or had the dog at. You know, so when I'm going back to look at her socialization experience, I could tag it, had the dog at, and I go, oh yeah, that's right, I did have her at that conference. So you can tag it, even though it's not related at all to dog training. It would be for me in my own brain because I had the dog here. It's a free service, but you can get extra stuff if you pay for it. It's relatively inexpensive if you pay for it. Most people don't need the extra free stuff. It's $45 a year, but you get a lot more memory, and you can clip PDFs and have PDFs in your Evernote. If you use the paid version, you can search on any word in that PDF. 100-page PDF, 1,000-page PDF, whatever. You can search on any word. So I use it at home for like decoration and organization, grocery notes, things like that. You can take pictures, save the picture to the file. Am I at 3 minutes? I'm close. Save the picture to the file, and if you get the premium service, it'll index the handwritten stuff in your pictures faster. They'll still index it. It just takes a while if you're not the paid version. So I love Evernote. It's a great organizational tool for professional use or personal use. Sorry, my dog is stealing the show, but come on. Hey, listen.
Big excitement, hands in the air. I want everybody, how was your day? Was it awesome? What a good looking group. So I did a presentation on mobile marketing, and I'm going to talk about an app that I use almost exclusively on my desktop because I like to shake things up a bit. No, I use an app called Buffer. Buffer is a tool that you can use for Twitter, for Facebook, and other things. The main thing that I use it for is it allows me to manage my Twitter accounts, and what I'll do is I have a little bookmark on my Chrome window, so as I come across articles that I really like, because I get tons of articles through my email and through my Google Reader, I'll pull them up and I'll read the articles and I'll add them to my Buffer, because I don't know about you, but I don't really have time throughout the day to thoughtfully space out my tweets. So what I like to do with my Buffer is I will add these things to my Buffer app, and what it does is it pre-plans the time in which the tweets go out. And then what I can do on the back end is I can go back in through my Buffer dashboard and I can see how many people retweeted it, I can see how many people clicked it. So I can start to see if I'm using Twitter as a content marketing tool, I can start to see which versions of tweets, whether I placed the link in the beginning or towards the end, were more popular, what types of articles got the most retweets. So it's a great way to manage your Twitter marketing, and it's also a great way to sort of assess the effectiveness of what you're doing with Twitter in terms of content marketing strategies. It's bufferapp.com. There's a free version of it, and with the free version, you can manage one account. The paid version is like $10 a month, and you can add multiple accounts. Like I said, you can also post it to Facebook. I don't see so much of the usefulness there, but I really do like it for Twitter. So if you're using Twitter for any sort of content marketing, check it out. It's bufferapp.com. Thank you.
I am very opposed to automation services. So when John started using Buffer, I gave him a really hard time, but I'm sure he goes into his analytics and sees that I click like all of his links anyway. So it's good to keep an open mind about these things. Now is the time to hand in your evaluation forms, and then we're going to do our grand prize drawing. So please, if you're finished with them, please pass them to the center. If you're still putting the finishing touches, you have about 60 seconds.